Hi all, hope we're all well. Welcome back to our page. This is a little review and just a little show around really of the Bahia Principe Fantasia. We went in May, we stayed for a week. It was very, very hot and we all burnt. This is just a little overview of the desserts on the buffet, and there were themed evenings each night and it just didn't disappoint. The food was really, really good. Lots of fountains and lights and colourful things around this place, which my disabled daughter actually really loved. It was very sensory. There's an massive indoor restaurant, and then there's plenty of space outside to eat. There's a rooftop bar just above here as well, so if you're having dinner late, you'll hear the band above you, which is really nice. There's 2 shows on the castle, I think around 8:30 and then around 10 o'clock at night. And it's really, really beautiful, and the pool lights and the fountain lights and the tree over the children's pool, they all change colours with the castle changing colour, which is really, really beautiful. And you can also pay actually for a sign or a message. So if you've got a birthday or an anniversary, you know, like sort of like a greeting, you can have the castle all lit up and the message projected that you want onto the castle, and that's €40 I believe. When we stayed in May 2024, so it was around €40. And these steps, just saying, are an absolute killer, but there are lifts. There are lifts, so you just need to head to where it looks like the rooms are, and there's lifts to go up to reception and the sports bar.
Play area, isn't it?
There's a lovely indoor play area for the children. There's only a few toys in there first thing, and in the evening, but between 10 and 5 loads of more toys come in, like when the team comes in and they bring loads of more toys in and put the telly on, and the children could just enjoy this space without having to worry, and you can enjoy the space while actually there's seats for you to sit down. And then also opposite this room, this is just off the restaurant, you can actually get to it from the restaurant, the main restaurant. There's also a massive breastfeeding room and baby changing room, which is really nice. There's loads of things to do in the pools as well, so you're never going to be bored here, and the children aren't ever going to be bored here. If they can swim, you've got the bigger pools and you've got the inflatables. If they can't swim, you've got the splash pool. If they're a little bit swimming, then you know you've got another children's pool. All of the pools have steps in, and I didn't see any chair lifts for disabled people, unfortunately. They're all step in. They don't like inflatables. The inflatable on the screen at the moment that Isla's in is actually too big, but we blagged it that time and she got to use a unicorn once, and then we just went back to a normal children's rubber ring. We didn't have any issues with putting Isla in the water. We literally just wheeled her in a wheelchair. And the baby pool is probably about 5, the splash pool, sorry, is about, I would say probably mid-thigh, so it's really, mid-calf. You don't want mid-thigh. Mid-calf, so it's quite, you know, probably 2 foot maximum. I don't even think it's that, probably 1.5 foot deep. They have phone parties here, and the children's entertainment team, they come out and they do dances and play the music and, you know, do all the things like head, shoulders, knees and toes and things like that, and Spanish songs, and they really get into it and dress up and like splash around the pool with them, with the children, and get everyone involved, even the parents. The phone parties were really fun. The kids just had an absolute blast. And also right next to there's the pool bar, which has got burgers, chips, all that sort of thing, hot dogs. And then also as well, I think about 12:30, I think it is, that they do start doing like a lunch there. So they've got salads, fruits, yogurts, you name it. It's there. You've obviously got the full buffet, but if you don't want to leave your children and the kids want to play, but you still want to eat, it's a really great option for you. And you can get your ice creams in there.
Come in. What's your red, Jay? We're going to have to get Daddy. She's going.
You can get your paid ice creams inside there, and also the free all-inclusive. And our children just loved this pool. Isla had an absolute blast. It was way more inclusive than I think we realised it would be. Isla had a great time in the splash pad, so it was really fun. and there's said food I talked about. So it's just underneath the castle. Then you've got the bigger splash area. Isla was a bit big for it. She just was like, adults can't carry the kids up to the top of the slides, so she couldn't go down the slides. And Rowan was a bit small for it. He just wasn't really interested. So it was that was a bit of a shame, but they loved the smaller splash pool. And the general main swimming pools, we spent a lot of our time up there as well. So it was very 50-50 for us, the normal pools and the kids pools. We all had a great time. There's also an adult pool, there's also a spa, there's also loads of planes. So if you've got children or plane enthusiasts, you're in the flight path, so you see loads of planes go over, and we really loved that because my son loves the planes. This is the adult section. I did see a teenage boy in there around 12, and they weren't really doing anything and nothing was said to them. But apart from that, I didn't see any young children down there. There's a bar down there, so you can get your drinks, especially frozen cocktails down by the adult pool. Really nice. The spa's just off there. The gym's just off there. Also, the kids club's just off there to the side. So it's a really good setup actually. And the adult pool is an infinity pool. So yeah, I just wanted to say we found this quite accessible, and as you see, everything's nicely tiled. Lots of things are right on one level or on another level. There are lifts, there are ramps. We didn't overly struggle with Isla's wheelchair everywhere. The doors are quite wide. Lots of like glass doors left open, so you could get Isla in and out, like wheelchair users in and out. We found it quite easy. This is the show. We removed about 3 seats to get a seat into the show. I would advise to try and get into the show early as possible to get front row seats so that wheelchair users can really see well. But it wasn't too much of an issue. Isla saw okay. Yeah, and there's one of the ramps I was mentioning, and you can see the big castle. There's lifts either side, so you can get up and down the different levels of the hotel. It's a very large hotel. The spa actually seemed to be all on one level inside as well, so if you're a wheelchair user and wanted a massage. And then there was plenty of level access to watch the beautiful show on the castle. You can watch it from loads of different places actually, also upstairs in the bar. Yeah, so as always, thanks for watching guys. Talk soon. See you in the next one.